Welcome to Unbelievable Top 10. Today we're diving into the history of sports, but not the kind you're used to. We're talking about 10 ancient sports that are completely terrifying. From the deadly ball games of the Mayans to a chilling version of rugby from ancient Rome, these games were not just about victory, but survival. Imagine jousting on the Nile, or dragging a headless goat on horseback, or even racing down a volcano on a sled. Yes, these were actual sports and they were as terrifying as they sound. So buckle up as we take a trip back in time to explore these fascinating and fearsome games. Starting with one of the oldest, we have Pitz, a Mayan game that was a matter of life and death, quite literally. Imagine a game similar to racquetball but with an ominous twist. Pitz was not just a leisurely pastime, it held profound religious and cultural significance for the Mayans. It was often used as a symbolic substitute for warfare, with the stakes elevated to a chilling height: human sacrifice. Yes, the losing team might pay the ultimate price. Indeed, losing a game of Pitz was far more terrifying than any modern sports penalty. Next, we have Harpastum, an ancient Roman game that made modern rugby look gentle. Imagine a sport where the only rule is that there are no rules. Harpastum, played with a small hard ball, was such a game. Two teams would face off in a brutal contest of strength and agility, grappling and wrestling for control of the ball. There were no limits to the tactics employed, and the violence of the game was only matched by the determination of its players. With no holds barred, Harpastum was a game that truly tested the mettle of its players. Moving on to the Nile River, where poor fishermen engaged in a deadly game of balance called Fisherman Jousting. This wasn't your typical sport. Imagine standing on a narrow wobbly boat, your only weapon, a long pole. The objective? To knock your opponent off balance and into the dangerous waters below. The stakes were high as the Nile's waters were teeming with hazards. This precarious joust often resulted in fatalities, making it a truly chilling spectacle. In the struggle for survival, fisherman jousting was a brutal and deadly contest. From the Nile we travel to Afghanistan, where Buzkashi, a game involving a headless goat, takes center stage. It's a sport that's every bit as harsh as the rugged landscapes of its homeland. Teams on horseback vigorously compete to drag the carcass into a circle. The game is a thrilling spectacle of strength and strategy, but it's not for the faint of heart. It's so violent, in fact, that it was banned under the Taliban's rule. Despite this, Buzkashi has endured, a testament to the rugged and fearless spirit of the Afghan people. Next, we head to Argentina, where Pato, an unusual mix of polo and basketball, rules the roost. Originating from the 17th century, Pato, Spanish for duck, was initially a violent game played with a live duck inside a basket. Riders would grapple over the basket in an attempt to take it to their own goal. The game's intensity often led to violent clashes, making it a hazardous sport for both participants and the duck. Over time, the live duck was replaced with a ball, but Pato maintained its thrilling blend of polo's equestrian elegance and basketball's strategic gameplay. Pato, a game that combines elegance and danger in a unique blend. Now we journey to Hawaii for hōlua, a sport that literally involves racing down a volcano. Over 2,000 years ago, Hawaiians developed this heart-stopping activity, a true test of courage and skill. Participants would take a sled, ingeniously crafted from wood and coconut fibers, and hurl themselves down the steep, rocky slopes of volcanoes. The danger was immense, as one wrong move could lead to a catastrophic tumble. But the thrill, the exhilaration of speeding down a volcanic slope was unparalleled. Hōlua, a thrilling and perilous race that challenges even the bravest of souls. Finally, we end our journey in Mexico with Pelota Purépecha, a game that takes playing with fire to a whole new level. This pre-Hispanic sport, hailing from the indigenous Purépecha people, is a vivid display of courage and skill. Picture this: players maneuver a ball ablaze using nothing but wooden sticks. The game's terrifying aspect: the ball is literally on fire, introducing an element of danger that would make even the bravest of athletes think twice. Pelota Purépecha, a fiery testament to the daring spirit of the Purépecha people. And there you have it. 10 ancient sports that are as terrifying as they are fascinating. From the Mayan ball game of Pitz to the fiery Mexican game of Pelota Purépecha, these sports were not for the faint-hearted. They were high-stakes games, often with fatal consequences, that tested the limits of human endurance and courage. It's a thrilling journey into our past, revealing a side of ancient cultures that's usually hidden from history books. If you enjoyed this historical adrenaline rush, don't forget to subscribe to Unbelievable Top 10 for more fascinating content. Until next time.